Today we are looking at what I consider the biggest influence on your impact position and how to change it. I will share with you exactly how you can influence this and make a big difference to your golf game straight away. So today I'm looking at the trail wrist and how this trail wrist in delivery affects impact. So lots of golfers, when they approach the golf ball, this trail wrist, what I would call, unwinds too early. And if we look at the golf ball here, when I do that too early, it pushes the golf club out past the ball to target line. And what that does is gives you poor contacts. It gives you heel shots, shank shots, but it also makes the club, even from a decent start to the downswing, then travel across the golf ball, giving us obviously pull shots and slice shots and fade shots and pull hooks as well. So it's a really inefficient way of hitting the golf ball, but also it loses us again that compression on the golf ball too, because we're basically taking the wrist from here and then making the shaft level up too quickly, so increasing the dynamic loft at impact. So for me, what we're looking to do is try and feel like we can keep this right wrist, what I would call set back, extended back for as long as we possibly can through this impact zone. Everything in the world is making the club want to unwind, as I would call it, or throw, and we're not fighting that, but we're just trying to make sure it happens at the right time or the best time to give us the best delivery of the sweet spot, but also to give us the best delivery in terms of low point and dynamic loft. So this is why I say it's the biggest influence on impact, if we control this right wrist. And I'm going to share with you today 3 ways of changing this. One that requires no equipment whatsoever, one that requires a bit of cheap equipment, and one that requires a teaching aid. So let's start with the zero equipment side of things. So this trail wrist is training this trail wrist, and what I want you to do is take your finger. I want to put it basically where the forearm meets your wrist. I want you just to move it around and feel it just squeeze your finger. Then what I want you to do is make a few practice swings where we try and squeeze that finger as we do that little change of direction in the little small swing, and then keep that squeeze pressure on the hand as you would swing down and through. Now you can do this pure practice swings, and we can do this with little chip shots just to feel that right wrist, extending back, setting back, changing the direction of that sweet spot, but also making sure then our delivery as we swing down stays there. So it's kind of this position and keeping it there. I'm trying to hit a little grubber shot away, very low, no power, but we're just trying to train this trail wrist to behave, to change. What you can do once you've trained it for a few swings is then go and try and play the same little shot with both hands on. And again, just a small swing. And then build that up. Use the feels it gives you with that wrist kind of recocking back, re-extending back, and getting this slight change of direction of that sweet spot, and feeling that we get that correct delivery every time. So the cheap training aid I want you to use is a water wing. This is a roll up one, so you can just put it on your hand and then roll it up your wrist. Now what we're going to do is leave this right at the bottom of my forearm here. Make sure you can still take a grip with both hands and it doesn't interfere too much. So get it to the right height where it's just nudging your lead arm, but really it's for the trail hand. Again, what I want to do is, if we recock this wrist back, I feel a contact point on the water wing just here. And the idea is then when we're swinging down, I'm trying to feel, I maintain that contact for as long as I possibly can. It will come off. It should come off just about around the impact area, stroke post-impact. Again, for the exercise, for the drill, trying to keep it on to impact would be ideal. But understandably, it's going to be coming off at a rapid rate. The wrists are always unwinding with centrifugal force and gravity, but we're trying to keep it on there as long as we can. If I kept it on there, you'll see here how it makes me then want to turn my body to square that club up, as opposed to using my wrists and hands too much. So it definitely encourages that kind of more body-led impact. So I'm really just trying to feel that when I'm swinging, can I get my right wrist set back in there, and can I almost make, to get my forearm squeezed together, can I almost make it touch the lead forearm as well a little bit? So it works in lots of different ways. So again, just maybe make a mini swing first of all. Oh, that was so good. That felt like the club head was just lagging behind my hands to the extreme, and it felt like, oh, I've got to turn my body and really rotate through the ball. It really made me feel like I had to get that body leading and controlling the swing, and the pressure on the strike was a beautiful little squeezed out shot there that I absolutely loved. So there's nothing wrong then taking this up to a fuller swing. You might not feel it as much, but certainly let's have a go. Little rehearsal, try and keep my right wrist on that armband as long as I possibly can. Yeah, that was great. And you know what? I would struggle with my irons hitting the ball left, if anything. And it felt like when I did that with this device on, that there was zero chance of it going left. It drifted a little bit left to right. The wind is off the left today. It's quite a strong wind here today. But it definitely felt like there was no chance of it going left again. It felt very body, felt like the hands were redundant. But obviously actively I was moving the hands in the right way. Let's go through the last device. The last device is a proper training aid, if you like, and it's Precision Impact. And from precisionimpactgolf.com. There will be a link in my description there if you want to get a discount off one of these. I've got an affiliation deal with them, so you can get a slight discount if you want to buy one of these. It's a good bit of kit, and we're going to use it in a slightly different way. So let me put it on and talk you through it. So how this device works is basically it allows your wrist to extend back, and then it locks it in position. It lets it work in a radial sense as much as you want it, so radial and ulnar sense, so you can move the wrist up and down, but it locks it back, and then you have to reset it. So what we're going to do with it basically is preset this. So you can practice this going from a normal set position, extend the wrist back so it clicks and you'll hear the audio feedback, and keep in that position. And then we can use that to work through the golf ball where there's only a little bit of play with the elastic, but apart from that it won't let you flip your hand. And if you do, you'll feel it massively on these fingers, these elastics pulling like crazy. The way I want you to probably use it, again, you can train that in practice swings, but it's probably to preset the wrist back into its max extension and hit some shots just from this delivery position here. So we start to train our body, get our setup position correct, train our body, can we hit the golf ball from here? I'm really learn to train the trail wrist and the body to react to this. As I said, the second way of using it would be to, can we actively move the wrist the right way in the backswing and hold on to it on the way down and through? That is the way to use it for a full swing capacity, and definitely what I'd also want you to do with it. But if you struggle to get the wrist and get this click in, then what we would do is, as I said, preset it to the max amount it will go and learn to hit shots from this position so we can feel that impact that all the best players in the world get into, that we might not be able to get into more naturally. So this device helps to lock us in that position. Very similar to using obviously the water wing, but the water wing, you're not being forced into the position, you're feeling it if you hit it. So both have very different ways of making you do the same thing, but both will help you produce better trail wrist positions in your delivery position and at impact in golf. It really makes my swing feel different. Again, forces me in the positions and I get that audio feedback, so I really like this device.